Gandalf and Thorin Oakenshield gather at the Prancing Pony, and Gandalf win over Thorin to reclaim Erebor and the Lonely Mountain. 12 months after, Thorin and his company are being chased by Azig and his orc party. They are accompanied by Gandalf to the close by home of Beorn, a skin changer who can change to the form of a bear. That night, Azig is called to Dol Guldur by the necromancer, who orders him to assemble his forces for war. Azig then assigned the hunt for Thorin to his son Bolg. The next day, Beorn takes the company to the borders of Mirkwood, where Gandalf sees a black speech written on an old ruin. This, and a previous request by Galadriel, desire him to investigate the tombs of the Nazgul. He told the company to stay on the path and leaves them. Upon setting foot on the forest, they lost their way and are trapped by giant spiders. Bilbo then sets about releasing the dwarves with the help of his currently acquired invisibility ring. He subsequently drops the ring and first starts to understand its dark impact after he savagely kills a creature to recover it. The left spiders are taken care of by the Wood Elves led by Tauriel and Legolas. They also seize the dwarves and bring Thorin in front of their king Thranduil. Thorin meets the Elven King about his failure for care of the dwarves of Erebor following Smaug's attack 60 years earlier and is accordingly imprisoned with the other dwarves. Bilbo, having avoided arrest, plans an escape using empty wine barrels that are thrown downstream. While being chased by the Wood Elves, they are surprised by Bolg and his orc party, and Kili is injured with a Morgul shaft. They start running three-way battle down the river, but eventually the dwarves are able to get free from both groups of pursuers. Thranduil then shuts off his kingdom when an orc captive told an evil entity is back and is assembling an army in the south, but Tauriel chooses to leave and helps the dwarves. Legolas follows her. Meanwhile, Gandalf and Radagast go to look over the tombs of the Nazgul, which they discover to be vacant. The company is forbidden into Esgaroth by a bargeman called Bard. Thorin gives his word to the Master and the people of Laketown a part of the mountain's treasure. It is then disclosed that Bard is a successor of the last ruler of Dale and have the last black arrow that can kill Smaug. Kili is forced to stay behind, tended to by Fili, Oin, and Bofur, as the left company receives a grand goodbye. On the other side, Gandalf goes to south to the ruins of Dol Guldur, while Radagast wants to warn Galadriel of their findings at the tombs of the Nazgul. Gandalf discovers the ruins taken over by orcs and is surprised by Azig. The necromancer gets better of the Gandalf and defeats him after that reveals himself as Sauron. Thorin and his left company arrives the Lonely Mountain, where Bilbo sees the hidden entrance. He went in to recover the Arkenstone, and while doing so, he mistakenly awakens Smaug. While chatting with Bilbo, Smaug shows his knowledge of both the dwarves' plot to regain the gold and the return of Sauron. Back in Laketown, Bard tries to bring the Black Arrow to the town's launcher, as he panics what may happen when the dwarves set foot in the mountain. However, he is captured by the Master and his faithful servant, Alfred, in the process and told his son to hide the arrow. Bolg and his orc party then penetrate the town and ambush the four dwarves, but are shortly dispatched by the arrival of Tauriel and Legolas. Tauriel then looks after Kili. While Kili is recovering, he adores Tauriel's beauty and thought if she loves him. Legolas went in pursuit of Bolg. Meanwhile, Gandalf shows helplessly as Azig and an orc army moves from Dol Guldur towards the Lonely Mountain. Back inside the mountain, in between of a long chase, Bilbo and the dwarves repair the mountain's forge using Smaug's flames to make and melt a huge golden statue, wish to bury Smaug alive in the molten gold. They do so, but Smaug appears from the gold, slips out of the mountain and flies off to tear down Laketown as Bilbo watches in loose hope. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.